What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic day. My name is Justin, and today we are listening to Black Sabbath with their song Heaven and Hell off of their album of the same name, which was released in 1980. In case you didn't know what song that was at the beginning, that was Blood Eagle by Periphery. Woo, that's a banger. Anyways, this song, and actually this whole album, but this song as well, was recommended by a few of you, so I figured why not circle our way back around to Black Sabbath and take a listen. I'm in the mood right now for a little something heavy. Hope that you're having an absolutely beautiful day. Thank you as always for just showing up, being here, and I almost said attending class, but this isn't really class. Just being here, just being you and being present. Join me on Twitter in the comments down below, all of that cool stuff. And let's jump into the song. This is... You hear that? Something rumbling. This is Heaven and Hell by Black Sabbath. Okay. Let's discuss a few things. Okay, let's discuss a few things. So first off, let's say you have that friend that doesn't like metal. It's okay. Everyone has their preferences. No problem with that. Let's say you have that friend that doesn't know metal or doesn't understand it. Okay. Everyone is new to something at some point. This is a great song to introduce someone who is either not familiar with metal, maybe only has a certain idea of metal. I think this is a great song to introduce them to. I think even my wife would like this song to an extent. So, one, it's incredibly melodic. It's an easy song to get into and introduced into the band, the genre, just the metal of it all, right? But I also feel like it's pleasing to metal fans. It's heavy enough, it's interesting. Of course, you got Dio on the vocals, who I did read, apparently this is his first album, or apparently this is his debut with Black Sabbath. And I mean, what a debut it is, right? Like, imagine you're a Black Sabbath fan and you're listening to the band, you're of course a fan of them, and all of a sudden Ozzy Osbourne is gone. And you're like, what? And then Dio comes in. And you're like, oh, right? Especially after hearing him. You're like, okay. I was worried a little bit, but now we're back on track, and what a glorious track it is. Really, really awesome track. One thing that captured my attention is the structure of it, and the clever buildup of everything in the whole composition of it all. Okay? Now, there's a specific part that I'm talking about, and that is the buildup within the verse. In most songs, you'll have maybe 2 or 3 verses, right? And naturally, each verse will usually include or add another element to start elevating it, right? To build towards a climax, resolution usually in the break of the song before it brings it all down in a final chorus. Just like it is a standard structure. They do the same thing here. They just kind of elongate certain parts, but I really love what they do with the verse specifically. Let's take a listen really quick. One thing I also appreciate about especially classic metal, you get a little bit of it here, but sometimes it's drowned out, is the bass. Duh. You guys knew I was going to say that. I like how not only can you hear the bass, but the bass is present. The bass is actually doing something besides just doubling up on the guitar to make a heavier sound. It's actually doing something. Here providing a lot of the rhythm and the momentum. So after it gets out of this intro riff, listen to how the bass carries on the echoes of that riff, but how it just drones constantly here in the verse. And then Dio will come in, right? Beautiful. Right now there's no guitar. Just bass, drums, and Dio. I like how empty and spacious it sounds. I think that's awesome. That's a great way to start your mountain up here, but then in the verse, bring it back down. Then, in the next verse, I'm thinking it's right here. After the chorus, after it gets out of this riff right here, brings it back down again. Okay, same thing, echoes, off of the chorus. Some kind of wailing anthemic guitar in the back now. So it's just a subtle element, but it changes the whole feeling of the verse. I love that. But let's keep going. Let's go to the third verse. Third verse. Now, the guitar is actually like riffing. Like still hear those original elements. I just think that that is one of the coolest aspects of this particular song, is that they so intelligently build off of each of the verses. I just think that's really cool. Also, how cool is this little break? Harmonies coming in? Ooh, with bass. Right? Like, see how different this feels? It's not so standard. And nice little powerful moments like that. And then, hold on, listen to how deep this tom is. Okay, it was when they transfer back into the next verse. Listen. Woohoo! Love how deep that is. Boom, 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 da da, ba, ba. Before it shifts into that third verse, which is noticeably heavier. And then, getting into the first solo that we hear, about 3 minutes, 18 seconds in, they use that remnant, the echo of the droning bass, once again, like we heard in the first verse and continuing forward, but to introduce the solo. Alongside of some eerie effects there as well. Like, it's just really cool how they call back to certain things in the song. The song is almost 7 minutes long, and they do a great job of keeping it fresh, quick. They keep it interesting, but they also have returning motifs that they come back to They bring back, of course, melodies and like to set the bass, which I'm just kind of focused on. But I just think that is really great songwriting in writing the actual construction of this song. And then as they build this solo into the last break, you can still hear the bass, by the way, but they break into some breakneck speeds. You know, as it gets into this, it's just like thrashing. Yeah. But it feels like a rightful conclusion to everything that happened beforehand, everything that was prepared, laid out, and here enacted, and then they end with a little quiet, quaint acoustic piece. I mean, this is just a nice track all around, you know? Everyone sounds great, but I do want to give credit specifically to the bass, which is Geezer, playing on here. Bill Ward, great drums. Tony, rather, you guys know he's like a legendary guitarist. And then Dio vocals. I mean, like, everything is just, it's great. Let's talk about the lyrics, though, on this one. Sing me a song, you're a singer. Do me a wrong, you're a bringer of evil. The devil is never a maker. That the less that you give, you're a taker. So it's on and on and on. It's heaven and hell, oh well, yeah. The lover of life's not a sinner. The ending is just a beginner. The closer you get to the meaning, the sooner you'll know that you're dreaming. So I think the ending, where he just kind of rants off a bunch of contradictory statements and opposites, is kind of where we get the idea of what he's talking about through this track. They say that life's a carousel spinning fast, you gotta write it well. The world is full of kings and queens. Who's blind or who blind your eyes and steal your dreams? It's heaven and hell, oh well. And they'll tell you black is really white and the moon is just the sun at night. And when you walk in golden halls, you get to keep the gold that falls. Like, in life, you're going to encounter the good, the bad. Some people are going to tell you the good is bad, and some people vice versa. All you can do is ride the carousel best you can and enjoy the ride. Grab some cotton candy while you're on it. Well, not while you're on the ride, because that won't be good for you or the people around you. And then at the end he says, you've got to bleed for the dancer. Fool, fool, look for the answer. Fool, fool, fool. You can only find answers for yourself. Is it raining outside? Do you guys hear that? I think it just started raining outside. That was so random. I didn't see any clouds out there. You just got to live your life. You may bleed, you may hurt at some points, but you just got to live your life and do the best. And like I said, enjoy the carousel. Anyways, thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you for being here in the first place. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me on Twitter and all that cool stuff. You can support the channel on Patreon. But hope you enjoyed the ride, the video, me, all of that. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.